Now that's a lovely looking piece of clear spring Hampshire chalk stream water. But I'm not fishing there. I'm fishing at Val Farm on the lakes over the back here. I'm going to be trying to catch perch if I can. I've got slugs, well, a slug, some worms I dug this morning, and I've got some frozen prawns. Let's get down there, give it a go. Margin fishing, I don't know. I don't think I've ever caught a fish out of this lake. Going to be a bit breezy, you have to watch the wind in the mic. I'm set up by this willow tree. Let's see if we can't pull a fish out of this. Pull a fish out of the hat. I can all set up here. Wheelbarrow, the chair, right there. There's the chair all set up. And I'm just having a sort out. What I've done is I've put some of these small pellets in. I don't want to overfeed. I'm going to bait up underneath this bush just there. Okay, going to give that a go. And then, because they just tell me bushes are good for perch, I know that. Just down there. Now I'm trying free lining with one BB at the moment. There's two other lakes. There's a lake over the other side. I guess I've got perch in. There's one over the other side there. But this one's got this sort of clearer greeny look about it. I've got some sand hills as well. So I've got one on worm out there, and I'm just about to put one out with a prawn. I'm using, folks, just so you know. And there's the bread as a backup in case a carp comes along. I'm just using frozen prawns like this. The wife's made some with sandwiches and she's cleared off for the day with my daughter, so I'm free. I've got some there and I've got another pack in there. But if you do get prawns, don't let them get in the sun too long. I've got these blue packs in the freezer. Just take 2 or 3 out like this, chuck 2 or 3 in. The bream eat them as well, definitely the carp eat them. Look at my lovely table here. And I can cut those in half with scissors, but I tend to leave them bigger whole ones than the little fish. If I cut them in half, the little fish will nibble away there. So I'm going to chuck 2 or 3 of these in and see what comes. Good size. Put them right down there. First fish on, guys. It feels not very big, and it is indeed a disgorger type perch. Always keep one of these plastic disgorgers with you. Well, well, well. First cast out. Guys, don't say they don't like prawns. The prawn is down his throat. Lovely little perch. I'm looking for much bigger ones than this though. There are some big ones in here, they tell me. Who knows? Who knows if we're going to get that far. There's hooks out. Good little fish here. Right species, wrong size. I fear if there's lots of small ones, then I won't get a look in with the big ones. I'm going to run out of prawns. I'm just going through the small end of the tail and I'm rolling it around as best I can because it's sort of hook shaped, isn't it, when you look at it. There we go, just pull it out like that. And there's my size 12 hook barbless BB 5-pound line, and I'm actually using, oh, you're going to love this, a Techno Match Super Tip 13. Look, I don't need big carp rods, even rods, it's a bit of fun, isn't it? That's all I needed, but the wind is not good here. The wind is not going to be good for me. Oh my God. That's a worm. So there are perch definitely in here. Okay, so the worm, call that little perch. I've got my worm back. I'm just going to slide it over that bend of the hook and nick it a couple of 3 times. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to put my chair much closer to my setup here. Got a small bobbin indicator here just to give me a little bit of slack. And then I'm just going to drop this in right underneath that bush in there. See what we can come up with. Oh God, there's fish on it straight away. Fish on that one straight away, guys. Maybe the prawn might be the way to go. If I was a big perch, that's where I'd be underneath that tree, for sure. Fish are hitting me all the time. I can actually feel the perch pulling on the line there. Now that's going to get knocked off. Oh, with that wind pushing, you can see the ripples. Pretty strong wind. I might have to move swims. I don't know. I'm going to break some bread up. Look around for ducks, and I feel if I break this up and throw it along the margins, ducks might not see it. Could pick a carp out of this as well, but the wind is going to be a howler, unfortunately. And then I can always drop this side of that bush, or I can drop the other side of the bush. I mean, with the wind off your back over there seems a place to be, but you know, this tree is such a perchy. Oh, I'm on again, peeps. What is this one? That's on the worm. This one is a rudd. Now, that's a pretty fish. Look at that. You'd be pleased to have that, wouldn't you, in an aquarium? Boy, are they on the feed. He's eating it as well. There's the worm. I might even get another. And the rudd, you can see, he's got the extended lower jaw. Very, very red fins there. Hope you can see that here in the sunlight. Beautiful gold little fish there. 3 fish in 3 casts. Well, I'm getting quite a few small perch now. It doesn't matter if it's worm or prawn, they're on it. I'm amazed actually they're getting that prawn down their throat, but they are. I get little tweaky bites. Let's see if I can pick another one off. Bigger, hopefully. They're right underneath that bush. Literally. There he is. Oh, touch bigger, a little bit bigger. So I've got double prawn. I've taken the worm off and they're still absolutely gagging on this. I wonder if I should float fish. Get on there, roll it around the hook. I don't want to mess with it too much. This is quite a soft bait and a very expensive bait, prawn is. Let's get that one down there under that bush. I've got a feeling I'm going to float fish this, guys. Tip wrap now. That's it. There's fish biting on that already. Ridiculous. Look at the tip. I don't need the bobbin, I don't need the buzzer, just got to watch the rod tip. Look. Missed him. And he's had the bait off as well. Oh, don't you just love the way that's gone around the tip of the other rod? Oh, sweetness and light. Well, all I seem to be getting, folks, is lots and lots of small perch at the moment. And the wind is coming up and up and up. There we go. There's one big difference about this one. Who can spot what the difference is about this perch there? Anybody out there in YouTube, in England land? That's right, slip hooked. Most rare for a perch. Dinky little chap, he's got his fin up, look at that, look. Saying, come and get me. Quite a belly to him, that little one as well. Well, if I'm going to move, guys, this is how silly it's got. Look. I've got a fish on each rod. Small perch on each rod. So, Nick's come round, the owner, and he's just shown me a horrendous photograph of a 4-pound perch that they had netted out of here. So there are some big perch in here. But I feel the way that these guys are feeding, and I haven't put any prawns in by that first handful or so, and that wasn't many, which they patently, obviously, they've eaten. So let's get that out of my mouth. So I think I'm going to move and try that other bush just there. There we go. That's a lighter coloured one. Fish on, guys. Again. Wow, this has some belly to it. For a little fish. That chappie looks like he's absolutely stuffed with prawns. I think I'm going to go to the float. I think it'll be more entertaining, and I think I'll be able to get these bites a little bit easier. We've got a camera set up behind the umbrella here, guys, and I've moved to the other swing. Well, it's literally a question of facing the other way. We'll put the other bait by the other bush, and I've caught yet more of these kiddies. So there's no question that there's perch in here. A lot of, but very, very much the same size. I haven't had anything that looks, you know, halfway reasonable at the moment. In fact, don't love catching them 2 at a time. Oh my god, this is on quite half a piece of prawn. It doesn't really make any difference at all. Just fishing in the margins there. They are all peas in a pod. You can see that there. All peas in a pod. don't know if to move swims yet again. I won't stay long here if there's that many of the smaller guys. One of that many prawns. Well, I've gone two floats now, yellow top and red or orange top. I'm probably dragging the bottom with one, but definitely less bites. Hang on a minute, guys, hang on a minute, hang on a minute. They're getting smaller. Less bites. I'm slightly over depth, but I was messing around. I did get a really good pull through the float. I was actually holding the rod, setting it down. It was not a small fish. I know it could have been a carp, of course it could have been. But I just wonder, was that a big perch? So I'm going very over depth. If I go too over depth, I feel like, you know, I might be holding it up too much. It might not be a bad thing to actually sometimes let the float drag through the swim. It's just that the wind is up and down so much. It's either not moving or dragging through. Oh, it's another bite. Too fast. The reason I'm using different colour float tops is because it's shiny surface and dark surface. And sometimes, you know, you want to contrast one against the other. Big fish, guys. I was just going to talk to you then. I've hit a fish on a prawn and a match rod. One thing you've got to do when you're fishing is snags. You either stop them or you make sure they're played out before you bring them into the area. I've got one, but he's got many other rod which has got a fish on it as well. I come out of it with a nice common carp on prawn, and the other one, wow, had to take it at the same time. I think I've got all my hook and shot back, so I'll probably stay in this swim, but boy, it's a bit of a hit and hold place. I think there might be a chance of perch being in it as well. Great carp, let's get him back and get myself sorted out.
What are you using for bait?
Prawn.
Prawn?
Prawns, yeah.
Really? Yeah.
Guys, got another fish hooked up. We're going crazy on the prawns here. I'll try and get it away from the snags and hide it from up this way. Just making no headway with this at all, guys. I'm going to bring the camera up to the fish. So I could lose it, who knows. Things I do. So I'm going to leave it running and walk him up here, guys. I don't know if you can see that. So, got him on a fairly open piece of water out here now. And then down there on the left is a snags where I hooked him, so I've walked him away from there. But it's a nice fish. So they've obviously moved in on those prawns now. See if we can show him to you. Oh yeah, double figure eight. Either get him here or we lose him, one or the other. Just like to show him to you. I mean, why do they fight so hard? And this is not what you're supposed to do to a match rod. You're stripping. Come on, fish, man, alive. What a scrapper. Bizarre, just shows to show you that one move. It's made the, no difference to the perch, still getting small perch. Moved right around the other side of the lake, out the wind. And there must have been a pocket of carp around those snags as well. This is a nice fish. Oh yeah, he's toast. That one is a nice fat carp. 16 pounds. 15, 16 pounds, guys, something like that. Probably 15 and a half, what do you think? Look at the width across the back. On a match rod. 100% he's 15, all day long. Whew, great fish. How many prawns have I got left? The guys had a superb scrap on that match rod. I just got to show you the bubbles in this swim now. It's absolutely beyond belief. I fear it's either bream got in there, or if it's carp, it's a big carp or a lot smaller carp. But for me, it's a lot of fish. Check this out. Absolutely heaving with bubbles. Assume the position, guys. Prawn is going crazy. I've got a sandwich, I've had one bite out of it. And this is the fourth time I've hooked up. It's not such a big fish, but hey ho, fish is a fish. I'm guessing they're going to push the any perch out. Always have a fish about probably 7 or 8 pounds. I'll give him 6.5. When these big perch are going to get muscled out. Look, that's 4 carp in a row to about 15, 16 pounds, and that's all I got out of that sandwich. One bite before I choked on it. This is nice. I'm using prawns for bait. What's the wife made me in the sandwiches? 3 guesses? Prawn sandwiches. That's sick, that is. That's really sick. I feel like a bit of mayonnaise. I can't tell you how many bubbles are coming up the left of this swim. Unbelievable. I can see why the carp like them. And the perch. Pretty tasty. I didn't bring a flask of tea, I was going to boil one up here. I have no idea how that's going to work out. Don't seem like they're very big ones though, so I'm going to stay on the prawns on the bottom. Dare I chance another sandwich? No. Oh shit, double whammy guys. I've got 2 on now. Double whammy, bream in a big carp. Gonna pop that one. Bream there. Well, that's one-way ticket, boys. I lost the carp, but I got the bream. Just hook pulled, got 2 fish on at the same time. Still didn't drink the tea, still didn't have the prawn sandwich. Burnt tonsils. Can't even drink a cup of tea now, guys. Jesus, not bream this time. This is where I go on back wind, so I can put more pressure on when he comes. I've got him. I've got him, boy. It's close to doubles, but fish about 7s this time. I just want to finish my sandwich and I want a cup of tea. 6 hours I've had nothing to drink. It's getting back. Oh my god. Oh my god. Exhausted. Perch fishing trip, yeah. Listen, I'm going to have to go to the head cam, guys, because it's just setting the big camera up here. I'm losing fish as well, and you know, some of those could be big perch, I don't know. I've now moved my bobbin indicators, which are now pieces of silver paper, from my sandwiches. I'm going to get a split shot soon, I think. There's my bobbin. There's my lunch, and it's 3:20, and I still haven't eaten my lunch. I've got my cup of tea. I actually got that brewed. The bubbles over there, oh, you're not going to see them. I'm going to walk up and risk losing a rod here. Maybe you can see, oh my god, I can see the colour in the water there, where it's ripping and all churned up. I think I'm going to nail that with another loaf of bread. Do you know what I think it is, guys? I think it's those small pellets I'm putting in there. Look at the bubbles. I think it's all the pellets in there. There's a lot of fish stirring that up. Not so much in this swim. I've had the bream in that swim and a couple of carp. But I'm nailing most of the carp on here. Phenomenal. They must be digging around. Well, before I have a cup of tea, get myself organised here. Excuse me one moment while I just tuck the umbilical cord in. And then I feel they need another handful or two of pellets. Undoubtedly, that's what they're digging around on. I could give them some prawns, but to be honest, I don't really think it matters. I don't want to leave myself short, that's the thing. I really don't. They're lovely big prawns, look at these. Beautiful. And there's carp in there because I can see it stirring up. Right. Is it going to be sandwich time? Forgot the hand wipes, so I have to use a handkerchief. Not going to please wifey when she smells the prawn all over that. Carp slime, or whatever. Here we go. Prawn surprise. There you go, guys, over here, a load of fly fishermen coming around, young lads. This is the right time in the evening to come around fly fishing, just walking around the banks. I know they're fly fishing, I can tell by the rods. Good bit of sport. And Vale Farm is known and does allow fly fishing off the top. They've just sussed me out and just thought, why has this man got a camera on his head? I've got a small fish on this time. Graeme. Maybe that's what's stirring up the bottom, but listen, we'll take it. There we go. I've been putting the bobbin further back here, but you can't take your eyes off it. It doesn't register on the alarm quite so well here. But as I'm sitting watching the rods, I don't think it really matters too much. Well, I've had a great trip with the 30 odd perch, 6 or 7 bream I guess, and yet another carp which is probably awfully close to the magic mark. I'll put that at close to 10 pounds as you could want to get. So a great session. I'll probably stay here for another half an hour, but I'm gradually ploughing through the prawns. This one I went back on prawns on the bottom, put a load of ground bait in, and there you go. Nice common carp. Beauty. Fantastic session. Well, finally, guys, it's almost laughable. 30 odd perch, and I get a sort of semi-reasonable one. Still a small fish. Absolutely choked on the prawns. They're going mad for the prawns. All the fish are going nuts for the prawns. I don't understand why. I mean, who knows what prawns actually physically smell of? I mean, well, they smell of prawns. Of course they smell of prawns, but why do other sea fish, do not have the same sort of effect? Right. Disgorge to get this guy back, and I feel another carp coming. I don't know how to put this to you. I'm on 6 bream and 18 carp. This is a nice bream. This is all on prawns, people. This is all on prawns. A packet of prawns, £3.75 from the supermarket. 2 loaves of bread, £1. The 2. this one's bream of the day for sure. What about that? A load of bream. Why not indeed? Why not? Who stole the tea bags? You cannot beat a good brew of fresh tea, boiling water to infuse the tea bags. Just make sure you turn it off. Very good, these propane burners. I'm really impressed. It's Mike's. I'm so impressed. I haven't bought him a refill yet. Thanks, Mike. It's lasted a long time. It's been an absolute boon, this little table, for sure. If I reach out to strike, the tea will slop everywhere. Take your tea bags and rubbish home with you. There we go. Drink this and I'm ready for another fish. So, let me just show you the baits we're using. You see them in close up there. These are the prawns. Cooked and peeled prawns, so they're for human consumption as well. If they thaw out, make sure you don't eat them. You know, next day, for instance, you know, obviously the same day you're okay, keep them chilled. They are. Read the instructions. But these, the small ones like that I use for hook baits. For loose feed, that would be loose feed, and then those bigger ones I would keep for hook bait. That's what I would do. And then in addition, I've got my 2mm pellets here. Might be 4mm actually, they're 4s. And that's what I think they're digging around on out there. And then I've also got, I'll show you while I'm here. Look at this rubbish and junk people leave laying around. I always take it home with me. I don't see any reason in leaving it there. Don't waste that prawn, Graeme. And I've had some of the perch on here. Worms. Going to be trying a worm again in a minute because I feel a big perch might have come in. And there, pièce de résistance, is a slug. I'm going to cut him in half with a pair of scissors. And he's eaten all my tomatoes and lettuces, so he's going to pay a terrible price. As are the worms. But at the moment it's the prawns that's doing the business. Well, I forgot to say with the last fish, thanks for watching the Totally Awesome Fishing Show. So I thought I'd better stay on, catch another fish and be polite, obviously, guys, hadn't I, really? So thanks for watching that. Oh my god. Thanks for watching the Totally Awesome Fishing Show. Don't forget to watch Mike's or TAOUTDOORS, I think they just call it. Totally Awesome Outdoors show, which is currently going nuts. We've got one film about to pass 1 million in a few weeks, which is unbelievable. Several others around the 100,000 mark, so well worth a watch. All free, of course. Perch are just not showing at all. They just can't get a look in on the prawns. Oh, poor old match rod's getting a real paste in. Both rods are. God damn, these fish are fighting so hard. I know it's on a match rod, but still. High average size in this lake as well. Bigger than the other lakes I've found. 6s at least, I'd say. Got him, he's in. Ah, that's why he fought so hard, guys. Hook's just lodged in the belly there. I'm going to put him straight back. Hopefully you can see him there. Let's get him straight back in the water. About 5.5, 6 pounder. I think I'm going to have to keep going, people. It's just one of those things. I fish it on the bite and I just can't bring myself to pack up. So it's prawns, prawns, prawns all the way. Masses of bubbles in that swim there. My goodness me, I don't think I've seen so many bubbles for a long time. I think quite a few of them might be bream. And I'm running out of bobbins, so as you can see, I'm using my sandwich wrapping paper, old school style, rolling it up. And that's all we used to use years ago, because we could see it, because there were no things like buzzers and bobbins. Look at this one flying up. It weighs like nothing. Fish on that one just dropped it. probably a bream. And we used to like a drop of about 4 inches. Believe it or not, we used to stay out all night watching these. Staring at them. That's why we use silver paper all the time. One on the left. Well, it's nearly getting ready to nail that one. And then what I like to do is pull that back down, just gently, so I just feel the weight of the prawn there, just like that. If I had my even rods, it'd be much better. So doing this with a pair of match rods, you can see how I've moved 2 swims, I've changed, I've float fished, ledgered, gone back to free line, changed baits, tried worm, tried bread, tried grass, back to prawns. Bulk of the fish coming out on prawns by far. I'll leave the big camera there. There we go, there we go. I'd like to get one actually so you can see it. They're confident takes, they're not crash takes where they're spooky. Oh, that could have been a liner. You just watch that going up there, guys. See, from here I can put it down, but I can't get quite the angle I want on the bobbin. I'd like to feel just the weight, just taking up the tension. Still on that one, still messing around. There's a lot of fish down. I think I'm going to give it another 10 minutes or so. Give them a bit more din-dins. I think I'll give them a bit of stuff on the top, a bit of the old white bread on the top. They're not going mad on the top. I've had a couple of fish off it. Break it all up. They eat everything. It all goes, and you never know when a big 20 pounder comes along. You never know. It happens. People do catch them on the surface, 20 pounds or more. Most people have gone home, which is nice. This is the best time for fishing, guys. It's definitely the best time when everybody goes home. The fish know that, get more confident. Bait's been thrown in, leftovers. There we go, guys. There we go, on the camera. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to open the bail besides, keep tension on it. Back one goes on this reel, and I'm going to stand the other side of this bush. So I can actually, just here, hopefully keep him away from that snag down there. Oh dear, another big bend in the rod. Oh, that feels like a good fish. I've got quite a lot of drag on that. Oh dear. This looks ominous, guys. This looks pretty ominous. Gotta love it, you gotta love it. Gotta love it. I'm gonna walk these down here, guys. I've got a double whammy on here. There you go. It does happen. I think it's the first time I've had it happen over here at Vale. Double prawns. Make sure we got the drag set on both rods there. A matched pair of rods. Interested to see the flatter surface on the right hand rod. You guys can see it, a much softer rod. The one on the left is stiffer. Mind you, they're both emptying of line. Right, that one's twanging. Try and load up on this one a bit more. Holy smoly, it's a bonefish. Holy smoly. That smacks of a foul hook fish to me. That's bizarre. This will run as a risk of losing the fish. I've had to jack the drag up on the softer rod. Here's a picture. Oh, I'll click it off for a second, guys. I'll get him a bit closer. Okay, guys, this one on the right's a double figure fish, which is not what I expected. Yeah, fire away if you want. Yeah, it's better to be a disaster somewhere along the line. This is a double figure one, this one. I don't know what the other one is. I didn't realise this one was as big as it was. Yeah, it's a good fish. It's a good fish, this one there. Well, I should have to fish this lake again, I think. I think this is the bigger of the two, this kiddie. I want to switch the rods, but I don't want to put this one in my weak hand, you know. Yeah. Come on. Oh, you bugger. Nearly. There's my chance. I'm going to take a gamble on the other one, I think. Hope the rod don't go in. No, I'm fine. I'll get me. I've got the camera running there. Oh, bloody hell. He's a lump, isn't he? Oh, good Lord. Christ. That's for you. You want to play that one for me? Because I've got to lose my rod for it. That's a lump. I haven't even got any scales.
You got some scales, Willoughby? Willoughby? Some scales?
Just nice and steady with him, you'll be fine, I'd say. Second fish I had to give to these guys, because look at this one, people. This is a real... This is not a million miles away from 80. Where else did we get twice rows together? Oh, it's a proper Wasley. Brilliant. How do you go through there? What do you reckon? Are we going to aim far for 20?
Yeah, I reckon 20, yeah.
I reckon that's... Well, load, you don't want to be weighed. Alright, let's try it now. What's a bit... If that's not 18, I'll be sick as a pout. I reckon he'd be 18. It's £20.12. How you going, guys? I'm £20.12.
20?
£20.12. Could you hold one for us?
Take one.
I might go £12. Here we go, guys. I think that's the biggest double catch I think I've had. Let's get the... Two fish at once. Oh yeah, it's a big fish, yeah. I'd say it's about... Oh, so we got one, £20.12. And that one I should think, what do you think, boys, 11 or something like that?
Yeah.
Probably there, so
Yeah, about 11, 12 pounds.
Beautiful